Alright guys, I am back with my review of the TNA Slammiversary 2013 pay-per-view. And I just heard something funny, so that's why I'm laughing. But anyways, sorry about the air conditioner. It is just so freaking hot here. I have to have it on. There's no way I can sit here and do a video in just this heat. But Slammiversary 2013, I thought was actually a pretty good show. Still not worth what they charge, but I feel the same way about WWE. None of their shows are worth that amount of money. So it's not like I'm just always crapping on TNA for their pay-per-views. That's a lot of money to spend on a wrestling show. And even though there was some good stuff on here, some great matches and stuff, what is it, $35, $40 for a pay-per-view? That's pricey. And I can't say it was worth that. And even with them doing 4 shows a year, I still felt the build could have been a little bit better here. The matches did have some history behind them, which in the past TNA wouldn't even have. It would just be stuff thrown on the show. So they did improve that, but I still felt like there was just something that could have been improved booking-wise with some of this stuff. Show starts with a tribute to TNA, but gets interrupted by an Aces and Eights video, very NWO. They show the Spanish announce team and their French broadcasting team, which was kind of random. They start the show with Kenny King versus Sabin versus Suicide in an Ultimate X match for the X Division title. And King, what did I put here? King gets thrown into the corner. Sabin puts Suicide and a Trio Woe on top of King, which was a cool spot. He tries to climb to the title. Suicide gets up and hits a superplex on Sabin off the top, and I couldn't really see what he did to King here. It looked like a reverse DDT, maybe a Russian leg sweep. And then Suicide and King climb to the top. They're fighting over the title. King knocks Suicide down. Sabin climbs to the X Division title. He's fighting with King. He knocks King down. He grabs the belt. New X Division champion. It was an okay match. It wasn't really anything special. It was okay. And I thought all 3 guys did a good job, but Suicide is the one that really stood out to me. In my opinion, I think Suicide was the best part in this match. But for some reason, Sabin starts bleeding. I can't remember. I think I read the belt like hit him in the head or something on its way down, and that's why he was pouring blood. But he was just pouring blood at the end of this thing. So he's leaving, and Hogan comes out. And Hogan puts him over, says he's the future, and says he will get a title shot at Destination X like they did last year. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, because they don't do the Destination X pay-per-view anymore. The next pay-per-view is Bound for Glory. So I'm not really sure how they're going to do that, but Hogan goes to the ring and says, "We need to talk about Slammiversary, Macho Man." So I think there was a fan dressed as Macho Man we never got to see or something, but the Aces come out. Well, Anderson, Garrett, and Wes. And Anderson says the Aces are going to steal the show. And this was awesome. Hogan says, "We're in Boston and we ain't afraid of no ghost. No one's afraid of terrorists. And we ain't afraid of 3 pussies wearing leather." And then he gives him the finger, with his good hand, obviously. I was not expecting this promo. And then he tells Garrett Bischoff he needs to shut the hell up, or he's going to bitch slap his ass. And he's a bitch, and his old man's a bitch, okay? I don't know if Hogan was high on pills for his hand or drunk or something, but this was just crazy shit. And it was awesome. He says that since the Aces are foaming at the crotch, they might as well start the 6-man tag match. So it's Wes, Garrett, and Anderson versus Magnus, Joe, and Hardy. Joe chokes out Anderson on the ramp. Hardy hits a swanton on Wes for the win. The match was better than I thought it was going to be. Joseph Park is cutting a promo on Devon, and he gets attacked by Devon and Knox backstage. They leave him bloody, which I thought was supposed to give him superpowers, but it didn't. Jay Bradley versus Sam Shaw. Bradley hits the boomstick for the win. it was okay. Crowd didn't seem to care about this one. Afterwards, Bradley says he is a future world champion. I am glad Jay Bradley went over here. Aries and Rude cut a promo about how they're former world champions and Gunner is no Bobby Roode. It's Joseph Park versus Devon for the TV title. Park doesn't show because he got his ass kicked. We all saw it. And Devon says, where's Joseph Parks? He's been wrestling with this gimmick for a year now, and Devon still doesn't know what his fucking name is. It's Joseph Park, not Parks. So he says that if Abyss was here, he'd whip his ass just like he did Parks. And Abyss comes out. They have a match. Abyss hits the Black Hole Slam for the win. New TV champion. The match wasn't good, but I was surprised to see Abyss. I thought that was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting it. Dixie Carter comes out to announce the next inductee into the Hall of Fame, and there are these two guys right behind her on the hard cam, and one of them's wearing a Shark Boy mask, and the other one's wearing an El Generico mask, and that's all I could pay attention to. I still remember that. But she has all the wrestlers come out and says the next Hall of Famer is Kurt Angle. So I think we all kind of expected this one. They show a video for Angle. I thought the video was kind of weird. I really liked the video for Sting for last year, but this Kurt Angle video was just, it was alright. Kurt thanks the wrestlers and the fans, and then we get an excellent promo by Daniels and Kazarian talking about how they made the tag titles valuable again. Chavo and Hernandez versus Aries and Rude, Storm and Gunner, and Daniels and Kazarian. Storm goes to super kick Rude, but Daniels hits him in the leg with the tag title. Hernandez hits the border toss on Kazarian. Chavo hits the frog splash. And then Daniels hits Chavo in the back with the tag title. The referee sees this one and disqualifies Daniels and Kazarian, so they're eliminated. Aries immediately rolls up Chavo and eliminates the champions, so you know there's going to be new tag champions here, which made the match more exciting. Gunner gets Rude in the gun rack. That's what they're calling his torture rack. But Aries saves him. Aries hits the 450 on Gunner, but he kicks out, so they're really trying to build Gunner up here. Aries tries to hit him with the tag belt, but Storm hits a code breaker on Aries, super kicks him, and Gunner makes him tap to the gun rack. So we get new tag team champions. Brooke is talking about the knockouts, and Borash asks her if she still loves Bully, and she has to end the interview. Gail Kim versus Taryn Terrell in a last knockout standing match. This match was great. If you watch my predictions video for this pay-per-view, I said, oh man, I am not looking forward to watching that match. That's going to be a tough one to get through. This was a great match. I was blown away by this because I just expected it to be so shitty. But Gail brings in a chair and Taryn hits a crossbody off the top onto Gail on the chair. Gail gets her in the figure four across the post, and then Gail tries to spear her, but misses and hits a chair in the corner, and then Taryn gets Gail in the figure four across the post. Taryn took some sick bumps on the ramp. Gail tries to pile driver, but she counters and hits a diamond cutter off the ramp to the floor on Gail, and Taryn is able to make it up just before the 10 count, winning the match. Really good stuff here. If you want to see a great knockouts match, watch this match. This is probably the best women's match I've seen in years. AJ versus Kurt Angle. AJ has new entrance music. It's not a bad song, but it didn't really fit. It was kind of strange. It reminded me of Turn the Page, which is a great theme for Matt Tremont and everything, and it was kind of like that, but it just, something didn't work with this theme song. I don't know if it took too long for AJ to come out. It kind of felt like Sting's entrance at Starrcade 97, like they were trying to do the whole dark music thing, but it didn't have that feel to it. Not a bad song though. They had a good match here. It's nothing we haven't seen before. AJ escapes the Angle Slam and tries to roll up Kurt. Kurt reverses the pin and rolls up AJ for the win. This doesn't make any sense to me why Kurt Angle needed to win this match. never book your shows. Never let the Hall of Fame influence your booking. And I think that's what happened here. I think they put Kurt Angle in the Hall of Fame, so they wanted him to win this match. And they shouldn't have done that. They tell us that 64% of the fans on Twitter think Sting is going to win tonight. Oh, man. Bully cuts a great promo about how he's going to beat Sting with a move that wrestlers try to avoid using, the pile driver. It's Sting versus Bully, no holds barred. They brawl around, and Bully rips Sting's shirt down the middle so he can chop him. And Sting refuses to take this shirt off. The shirt is ripped. Towards the end of the match, it's barely hanging on. And he's still walking around wearing the shirt. That's not going to look good in future video packages. Bully goes backstage for a chair, but Sting gets it and starts beating Bully. Brooke Hogan comes out. And Sting's like, get her out of here. And he tells Brooke she shouldn't be here. And then Bully low blows him, starts beating Sting with the chair, hits the pile driver. Sting kicks out. Bully brings in a table, powerbombs Sting through the table. Sting kicks out. Bully takes a knife, cuts up the mat, removes some of the padding, and exposes the wood, and pile drives Sting onto the wood. Sting kicks out. Sting is TNA's John Cena, and that's sad. So Sting's finally able to hit the Scorpion Death Drop on Bully onto the wood, but instead of having Bully kick out anything, the Aces and Eights hit the ring. Sting low blows them all, fights them all off. Devon throws in a chain. Sting catches the chain and uses it on Bully. He covers Bully, the ref's counting, Devon pulls the ref out. My God, the interference in this match. So Sting goes after Devon. Anderson slips Bully the hammer. Sting goes up top, jumps off the top, and gets hit in the head with the hammer. Finally, Bully covers him and gets the win. So Sting can never wrestle for the world title ever again. But why in the hell would he go along with the stipulation after this match? Why would Hogan allow this? I would say, look, you guys pulled out all the stops to beat Sting in this match. I'm not going to go along with the stipulation that he never gets another world title shot. You guys did everything you possibly could to this guy. It just wasn't fair at all. I have no idea why they would allow this after all the cheating that went on. And I know it's no holds barred and everything, so where the hell were all the baby faces? Magnus, Joe, Jeff Hardy. Don't they care about Sting's career? They're always willing to run out there when the Aces and Eights get involved, but here they just stayed in the back. A lot of this didn't make sense, so I didn't really care for the finish here. I am glad Sting lost the match. I know they're going to follow through with the stipulation, but if it was... It doesn't make sense. That's all I got to say about it. But as far as the show goes, some great matches here. Knockouts match was great. AJ Kurt was what you would expect. It was a good match, though. Tag match was good. Sting versus Bully was entertaining for what it was. What else did we have here? The X Division match was okay. So, and the 6-man tag match wasn't too bad either. So yeah, some good matches here, but I don't really think it was worth the price. And overall, I'd have to say it was a little above average pay-per-view. It was a good pay-per-view. So that's my review of TNA Slammiversary 2013. I hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this pay-per-view in the comments, and thanks for watching.